Hi, this is a tutorial for you to understand how to edit your 5 shots video. So the first thing you're going to do after you upload your footage from the camera is to click on your first video clip and then hold down the trackpad halfway, click and drag the shot onto your timeline. You're going to do that for all 5 shots. Okay, and now I'm going to use the viewer tool to make the shots look a little bit larger on my timeline so it's easier to work with. Okay, the next tool I'm going to use is the lower thirds and label each shot. So I'm going to go back up to the T, and if this is closed, I would open up this side arrow, scroll down to where it says lower thirds, and then I'm going to grab one of these lower third templates. You can use any one. I like this one with the built-in background. From here, I'm going to drag and drop and make a new layer over my first shot. And then I'm going to extend that template so it fits the entire shot. The next step is to drag my cursor bar from this little triangle here. I'm going to drag it right to the middle so I can see both layers. I'm going to go to description for this one, and I'm going to delete it. For this assignment, you only have to label the abbreviation, which for this shot is the extreme long shot, and I'm going to abbreviate it ELS. You're going to do that for all 5 shots. And I'm going to bring the cursor bar back over and label each shot. This is my long shot, and I'm going to label that LS. This is my medium shot. Double click where it says name, type the abbreviation, highlight the description part, and hit delete. This is my close-up. I'm going to label that CU for close-up. Delete the description. And my last shot is extreme close-up, ECU. And delete the description. The next step is to put my titles and credits on. So I'm going to drag my cursor bar back to the beginning of the timeline. I'm going to go back up to the build in and out, which is the full screen. And I'm going to grab one of these templates for my title. Drag and drop it till everything moves down on the screen. And then drag the cursor bar to the middle of that. This template has just one layer of text. So I'm going to bring it to the middle, bring my cursor back to the title word, and here I'm going to type 5 shots by my name. You can drag the cursor bar back to the front of the timeline, and if you hit the space bar, that will play your video. Okay, the next step is to add your music underneath. To get music, you would click right here where it has the little music note symbol. Scroll down to sound effects and go over to this part where it says no items, and I can change that to a variety of different music options. I'm going to use jingles, and I'm just going to grab any one of these music selections and drag and drop it underneath the video clip. I can preview it first by hitting the play button, and now I'm going to highlight it and drag and drop it down onto the timeline. And that one's not long enough, so we're going to drag another one down, and I can use the same one, or I can mix it up and use a different one. Might just overlap these a little bit here. And you can hear it as you move the cursor bar over the timeline. Okay, I'm going to go back and add my credits to the end of this. Go back to T, build in and out. And I'm going to use this template this time. Drag and drop it to the end of my timeline. Double click where it says title and retype edited by Miss Chilton. For the subtitle, I will just delete that. Okay. And now my video is complete. And I will go back to my library icon, which is this one with the star, or the project icon, sorry. And now I'm going to click on my library, scroll my selection back up to the project, double click the project, and I'm ready to share it out to Apple devices 1080. So click File, Share, over and down to Apple devices 1080. Then click Next. And here you want to make sure it's going into movies. It should always say movies here. Make sure if it's changed, you go back to click movies and then save. At this point, I'll go up to this little circle, and this is going to give me a percentage bar. This will tell me how long it's going to take for my video to convert to an MP4 file. And it goes pretty quick with this assignment. So we're at 90% right now. Your screen should look like this. It's 100%. And now I can click X, the red circle, and I'm going to close out my library. File, close library. The red circle again to X out of the program. And now I'm going to go to my Google Drive. Okay, so once your video is shared out to Apple devices 1080, you're going to go back to your Google Drive and follow these steps. You want to make sure that you upload your video to your drive first before you turn it in on Google Classroom. So I'm in my drive here. I'm going to click New, File Upload, and I'm going to scroll this side gray bar down until I see Movies. So the Movies is right here. I'm going to click Movies, find my video in the Movies selection, which is right here, and then click Open. You'll notice that you'll get a notification on the bottom of your screen, and that indicates that it's loading into your drive. Once you have the green circle with the check mark, then your video is located in your Google Drive. From this point, you're going to go navigate back up here, click on the dots, and go into Google Classroom. Go to your classwork section, scroll down and find where to turn in your video. And for here, you're going to turn it in right here. Once you open up where to turn in your video, you would navigate up to the side top on the right, and it would say Add File. You would add file from your Google Drive.